stuff, man.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm Ryan. I'm WeVideo's Director of Customer Success. Been working with the program for 2 years now, and I'm happy to be here to talk about it.
All right, man. Well, welcome to the show. All right.
Thank you.
So, WeVideo, if you and I are in an elevator and you got 30 seconds to tell me what WeVideo is about before I get off on my floor, do it, man. Give me your elevator speech. What is WeVideo?
WeVideo is a cloud-based solution for multimedia content creation in the classroom, student-centered learning, and interactive design. On top of that, video production that you make that you can add interactive elements to. So instructional content that you create as a teacher, you can do it inside WeVideo. As an administrator, you can assign instructional content that you design for professional learning, and all done within one platform.
All right. Cloud-based?
Cloud-based, yes.
Do I have to install any software?
You do not. No. Very powerful solution for Chromebooks.
There we go. We need that round of applause.
Shout out to the Chromebooks.
Shout out to the Chromebooks and all the other OSs that are web-based.
Yes.
And so that's, I will say that being in an environment myself at my district where it's basically Chromebooks everywhere, there's a couple different solutions that were very difficult for teachers and students to kind of work around.
Sure.
Number one was video production. Number two is audio production.
Yeah.
Now, when people think of WeVideo, when I think of WeVideo, had you asked me this about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I would have said video production. Yeah. Video production, video production. It's basically Adobe Premiere or any one of those other platforms, Premiere Pro, I forgot Apple's or whatever, but it's basically cloud-based.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And you know, we don't get compared to Adobe a lot, but a lot of people, when you think about WeVideo, because we've been around for coming up on our 15th year almost, right? Yeah. Started in 2011 as a video editing platform, right? And back then, 2011, 12, 13, 14, we were the only cloud-based solution. So schools came to us as an alternative or an on-ramp even to something like Adobe, right? So you could, because of its ease of use and its simplicity in the user interface, and you know, we don't claim to be an industry standard because we're not. We're built for schools. We're built for, you know, K-12 students to really learn how to create media. And it's not about video editing so much as it is about being a producer of media. And so, you know, our founders and our engineers and our product team and everybody that works for this company believes wholeheartedly in the mission of allowing access to a video production tool that's available to everybody, that everybody can use, teachers, students, you know, adult learners, anybody, and quickly and easily create media.
Okay. So that was what I was going to say. 2 years ago when it was all about video editing, but now you guys you've added so many components to it, including the podcast feature.
Yes, yeah.
So you can create podcasts within WeVideo now.
Yes, you can.
Talk to us a little bit about that, man, because it's definitely in my realm.
Yeah, for sure. So a few years ago, so we've always had the ability to create podcasts. It's just not been something we've, you know, put front and center because of the amazing amount of features that you can use to produce video, and that's what people came to us for primarily, right?
Yeah.
But in the last 2 years, we've released specific download features to export audio-only content. So you can create timeline media with videos or images, but only export as an audio file, right?
As an MP3
file, exactly. So in that time, you know, we've had teachers discover that you can use the tool to produce audio-only media as podcasting, and it's you know, it's been, I think, a real turning point for us, for people to see that it's not just a video editing or video production tool. You can create GIFs or even, you know, that podcast media. So, and we have a couple of folks, you know, doing this work. Yourself, I know, and you've tested those tools out. Inside WeVideo. So, you know, we have the ability to videocast or just do podcasting, and export that as an audio-only file, which is really great.
Yeah. What I love about WeVideo, and I stumbled across it maybe 2013, 2014, back in Arizona. I had the same position, but I started it back then, and it was really the only solution. It was really the only solution.
Yep.
And then, you know, one of the things I love about WeVideo is you guys have a free tier.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So talk to us about that free tier.
Yeah. So it's really to give you an idea of what the product can do for you as a teacher or an administrator, and the impact it can have on your students, right? So as many companies do, we offer that free tier to get you in, get you hooked on what you want to do with it, check out all the different features that we have, and then upgrade. Right, and so we do have a paid subscription tier where you, as a classroom teacher or a school site or a district, can purchase the product and be able to deploy it to more people. Right, so our free plan only allows for 30 students in, but the school site or the district plan, it's unlimited in what you can get. So I'd encourage you, go to WeVideo.com, click that sign up button, get into that free account, try it out. Apply it to what you want to do in your classroom, and then decide if you want to upgrade from there. Yeah.
So I love about what you were talking about right now is it's not about video production. It's about just the creation process, the creativity that comes around.
Exactly.
And I will say that my oldest son is now Adobe certified, and he's in Premiere. He actually is the one who produced that video for the walking food tour.
It's great. Great tour.
He did that in about an hour. I mean, we got both my boys. We compiled all the footage into one mass folder, gave it to him, and I said, "Take it away, man."
It was great.
Do it quick because I got to go to sleep. And he was able to get it done. But he did not get there without, like you said, that introduction to video production, to creativity, to finding his niche in that. He started creating videos in WeVideo back in 2016. Okay. When we first moved to Texas, he would make little YouTube videos and things like that. But it was all in WeVideo. We used to pay as a family for a plan, and we would make. My wife would do like the end of the year video for the classroom and things like that. So she used to do that like in PowerPoint, and it became too cumbersome. And then so I was like, hey, I know this WeVideo. I've been using it. I was using it in Arizona for quite some time. Let's check it out. So we paid, I don't remember how much it was, but we paid for the year and upfront, and we would do that every year. And then he's the one who used it all the time for his projects and that. And then after he was introduced to a product that was able to give him that creativity outlet, that's when he went to the other tools and things like that. But it was because of the exposure to the tool like WeVideo that he was able to do that. So like you said, it's not the industry standard, but it is when people ask me, what is the easiest tool that I could use to create a quick video? WeVideo.
Exactly.
Without a doubt.
And that's it. And so the point you raise is great, because that's exactly where we've positioned ourselves, right? We're a lot of schools come up to us like, well, we have Adobe. Like, why would we need your tool? And we're not competitors with Adobe. I mean, that's they're in another universe.
They're in a different lane.
Of course. But what we are is in a great on-ramp, as I said earlier, and as you just described, right, to the vocabulary behind video editing, some of the basic features you're going to need. So think about a situation where you're at a CT high school or a media arts program, or you're offering some kind of Adobe standards program, right, where you can get that industry standard as a student. The on-ramp to Adobe tools can be very steep. But with WeVideo, what it allows you to do is really acquire the vocabulary, acquire the kind of orientation of what video editing or video production software looks like without that steep learning curve.
The first time I opened Adobe Premiere, I said, what the heck am I doing, man? I thought you needed like an advanced engineering degree to figure it out. But, eventually I got it figured out. But you are completely correct. The terms like the timeline, your project bin and things like that, your B-roll.
Exactly.
Intros and transitions. So when you start getting comfortable with those in an environment like WeVideo, then like you said, it's that step in. It's the gateway drug.
Exactly. Look, maybe I don't want to go down that road, but yes, you're correct.
It's the gateway app.
Exactly, and that's what we hear from customers, what we hear from folks out in the field that are doing that work. It's like, I need something for, maybe it's a high school, right? I'll stay with high school. We're good for K-12, right? And we have in the product, we have simplified editing tools for K2. It's great for third through fifth, great for middle school, but if you think about a freshman coming into a high school program that, you're really going to set them up on a pathway to get out and be in the creative class, a designer, film producer, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We see some customers have both products in order to provide that pathway, in order to say, okay, my freshman class is going to come in, they're going to learn the basics of editing on WeVideo. our cloud-based solution.
Yeah.
And then they're going to graduate to Adobe, and that's fine. Like, we understand who we are.
Yeah.
And we don't pretend that we're anything different than that, right?
You play your position.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's because it's built for schools, it's built for teachers, it's built for students to get that, to acclimate themselves to that environment that they need to be in, if they're going on there. And to the other thing is, they don't even have to have that pathway. The tool allows for students to quickly and easily create video content, whatever it is, or audio content, right? As we talked about podcasts, and that I think is the real value of the tool. It's just not, we're not positioned, or we're not claiming that we're if you learn WeVideo, you're going to go on and get this great job in the film industry or the creative class. But
you're going to make the next Avatar,
right? But what we are saying is, video is good for kids. Kids are today, the YouTube generation, right? And I talk about this a lot, where every high schooler now has been alive since the advent of YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? And so video is it's everywhere for them. And their context in life is learning from video, is interacting with video, is consuming video.
Yeah.
So why not allow that to happen in the classroom?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you ask any elementary or middle school student what they want to be, a YouTuber, a Twitch streamer, something in that realm.
Right.
Yeah. So.
I think that was the number one answer to a few years ago. I don't know what it is today. I imagine it's something similar to that. I had heard recently, and this is conjecture, of course, but that YouTuber was now second to something else. But still, it's top 3.
Content creator.
Content creator.
That's what it is now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things I love about WeVideo is you guys have different timelines.
Yes. Correct.
Last time I checked, there were 3 or 2.
2. Yep.
2. Okay.
2 timelines.
Talk to us about those 2 timelines, because even as a beginner or as a novice, sometimes that timeline can look a little bit confusing. But you guys have a very simplified drag and drop one, right?
Right.
Talk to us.
Yeah. So I mentioned earlier, we built the tool for schools. We built the tool for teachers and students. We have 2 separate timeline editors. So the first one is what we call the full-featured editor.
Yeah.
And that's your standard video editing platform. You've got the stacked timelines. You have your tracks for video, you have your tracks for text, images, and then audio or narration files, because we do have that built-in microphone that you can record your voice. But we also have a simplified editor. So, younger students that maybe, or even teachers that may be intimidated by jumping into a full stacked timeline, have one horizontal timeline with 2 media entry points, audio and video, that they can then drag and drop onto this horizontal, almost like, imagine an iMovie horizontal timeline.
Oh,
that's kind of what it looks like.
Man.
I know. I did. I brought it up. I hesitate to do that.
It was you, not me. I didn't say it.
No, but it helps people create visuals, of course, right?
Yeah,
it orients you to like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
So it's that horizontal drag and drop. I'm creating a linear story by dragging my media, either whether that be video or images or audio, right?
Yeah.
And it just it simplifies we call it the simplified editor, because it literally simplifies the experience for our youngest creators to make sure that we're allowing access for everyone who wants to create a piece of media to do that. Yeah. Because we know that timeline for first graders, you're even using a mouse on a Chromebook or just the touchpad, it's difficult. So it's really great for tablets, right? So we're device agnostic, so you can get us on any device because of the cloud-based nature of our product. And on tablets, when you're just or touch screens, when you're able to just drag and drop right onto that simplified editor, it really, really helps those youngest creators be able to produce a piece of media.
I will say that if you've never played around with WeVideo, here's what I'd like for you guys to do after listening to this episode. Get an account, grab about 10 photos, upload them, use that simplified editor, throw those 10 photos onto the timeline, select them all, and change the duration to maybe like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And you have now created your end of the year slideshow or something along those lines in a matter of minutes.
And I would say add a piece of music underneath it.
Yeah.
To make it more engaging.
And if you want to get fancy, put a transition.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, right.
Gosh, it's crazy. And then you guys have the ending credits and things like that.
Yes,
so
we do, yeah.
It is a very, very low entry point for
Totally.
any user.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about integrations.
Okay.
So how do I get my media into WeVideo? Obviously there's an upload button, but you guys have a couple different integrations built in, right?
We do, yeah. So Of course, like you said, local uploads from your device. So if you're using us on a Chromebook or any laptop, you can locally upload media that you've captured from whatever camera you're using. But I think the best entry point for this, and this is something that our users, I don't think are aware of as much as they should be, is that we have a mobile app that's free. If you have a free plan, you can use it. If you have a subscription, it comes free with the subscription. It's iOS or Android compatible, and what it does is allows you to capture media on your phone. And on the mobile app, we have a great background removal tool, and we have a built-in green screen tool, so you can take a selfie, put yourself wherever in the world you want to be, and then upload that media directly to your browser app for further editing. Yeah. Right, the editing experience on the mobile app is simple because it's designed for quick video capture and quick video editing, but you can send any piece of media you capture on your phone to the browser app for that full-featured editing experience. So if schools are allowing students to capture media using their cell phones, that to me is the best way to upload media for your WeVideo projects, because it's literally a video production device in your pocket. Yeah. You're carrying around something that...
It's a studio.
Exactly.
It's a studio in your pocket.
And with our mobile app, you can send all that media to your account on WeVideo, images or video or even audio. You can send
pull out the voice recorder
memo. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Which is really great.
Yeah. Yeah. That is that's something that I actually forget about until I start using it with students.
Yeah.
The number one thing we'll do is go capture some footage on the iPad or on your Chromebook or on your phone, and then we'll upload it to WeVideo, as opposed to just open the app and use the built-in record feature, and it automatically uploads it. And then last night I was doing some editing and playing around in that, and when I'm done with my project and I download it or export it,
export. Mm-hmm.
I could check a Google Drive box.
Yes, you can.
Oh man, that's a thing of beauty right there, man. So being able to take that project, render it down in the cloud, so nothing's happening on my device. I can hit export. I can choose Google Drive. Boom, and then literally shut the lid. Grab some breakfast or something, and then I receive an email notification that my project has been exported into my Google Drive, and I'll also see it there as well.
Yeah, and what's cool about that is at the point when you finish a video. So we talk about the concept of finishing a project and then exporting a project. It's the same thing.
Two different things.
Oh, well, it's a little bit of the same thing. Yeah. Finishing a project is just rendering the video to be done. Okay. And then exporting it is sending it to the destination you want it to live.
Got it.
But those two things can happen at the same time. So what you were describing when you were sending something and clicking that Google Drive box is when you're done with a video, you select that Google Drive export. When you're finishing, or your video is rendering, it's processing, it's getting into that whatever
the encoder.
Exactly. Yeah. And then it shoots straight to Google Drive, and you can even send it to YouTube or
directly.
Yes. Or we have integrations with Schoology and Canvas. So if you're a teacher that's your school has a Schoology account or a Canvas account, and you're creating assignments through Schoology or Canvas, and you're assigning multimedia projects, when your students are accessing WeVideo as an iframe within Canvas or within Schoology, and you finish that video, it's going to pass right back to the Schoology classroom environment or the Canvas environment.
All right. Muy caliente. Dude, that is... there's no other way to describe that than hot.
Exactly.
That is hot.
I love that.
Man, I had so much fun creating that. Yeah. So, man, you give us a lot to think about in that, and actually start putting into practice, especially now that teachers are off during summer.
Right.
What a great way to, maybe create a highlight reel of your summer and do it in WeVideo, and then be able to show it to students, and then maybe start integrating that into the classroom at some point.
Absolutely. And like you said, we do have a free trial. We do have a free version. Yeah. But what I would encourage teachers to do is go to wevideo.com, as you said in the intro, and click on the education tab. And at the top of that education page is a link to a 30-day free trial of our premium subscription. So think about it. You get back from ISTE, it's July, or even late July, early August, and you're looking for, or you're looking to try out new software that you might want to think about using in your classroom coming up for this next school year.
Yeah.
Get in for the 30-day trial. test out all of what we offer in the product, because the free version is not going to get you things like assignment ideas or the Schoology integration or the Canvas integration or anything like that, but it will when you go into the 30-day trial. And we have a ton of pre-made media content in our assignment ideas library where you can quickly and easily assign a multimedia project to students. Think about back to school, right? We have tons of projects for the back to school time period. Share your summer, as you described, like, hey, take some pictures of your summer vacation, upload those, create. That's one of our assignments. As we get into the back to school time period, you can do it as a video or you can do it as a podcast. Think about creating a share your summer podcast with your students as you get back into school. Oh, look at that. Right?
Okay.
And those are all pre-built for teachers to use with their students. But you can only get that in our premium product.
Okay.
So I would encourage everybody, if you are interested in what you've listened to today, to go and try that, get into that trial so that you can, learn about all of the different ways you can use WeVideo in the classroom.
All right, you heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Open that account, get that trial, play around with it, create maybe both a back-to-school podcast or my summer break podcast.
Yep.
My summer break video. Open your favorites AI app and say, I need to convince my administrator to purchase WeVideo.
Yes.
Here's what I've done with it. Build an argument.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
you come up with the artifacts. It's a win-win-win.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man.
Yes.
All right. How can people get connected and get started with WeVideo?
So, as you said at the open, head over to WeVideo.com, get into that trial, try that free account, or if you do have the funds, you can purchase a 30-seat classroom plan or a single teacher plan, if that's something that is accessible to you. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitter or X at Twix, at RK from WeVideo. DM me, reach out, ask me all about the product, and we'll go from there. I'm always happy to have educators reach out and ask about the tool, ask about use cases. What's the biggest benefit for me as a teacher to use this in my classroom? Happy to talk to you about that. So, yeah, just reach out.
Awesome, man. Now, you were on the food tour.
I was, yes.
Okay, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, hosted a food tour June 23rd here in beautiful downtown Denver. We hit 4 spots. We had burgers, we had empanadas, we had gourmet hot dogs, and we had Michelin-rated pizza. If you had to pick one to go back tonight, just one,
okay,
where would you go?
I think it was called Cherry Cricket.
Cherry Cricket Ballpark?
So shout out to Cherry Cricket Ballpark because that burger was fire.
That burger
was absolute fire, man.
Okay.
Holy cow.
I didn't get a chance to try it
Yeah,
because I was running around.
You're working, man.
Yeah, and my boys and I, the rule is, let's eat before we go. That way, everybody
You're not gonna
else
be starving on the tour. Yeah.
Yeah. But as I was walking around, I was like, dang, man. You going to finish that?
Yeah.
But everyone finished all their food.
The food was devoured.
It was gone.
And I know we were all thinking like 4 places because I went on your tour in Austin.
Yes.
And I was stuffed.
And we only went to 3 in Austin.
And the last one was a donut place.
The last one was
right.
Dessert. Man, but so that was my my advice to everyone at some point. You heard from me here in Denver.
Yep.
Pace yourself.
Pace
yourself because we're in 4 places and we're getting dessert.
But it was great because everybody ate. I didn't see I saw all plates were clean. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I did see towards the end? I saw the waddle. I saw people walking like this.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
But they made it. They made it through. They powered through. We don't have any quitters on the food tours.
No, absolutely.
No,
it's been great.
Quitters, yeah.
And you do such a good job putting that together. So
I appreciate it.
You and Cami.
Yeah.
And all the restaurants that and I know all the hard work that goes into it and all the vetting that you do ahead of time. So
I have a system, man.
Those perfect spots for
us. I have a tried and true system, and it works. It works, and it took about 4 months to get this done.
I bet.
Yeah. So. Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you being on the show. I do have one last question for you.
All
Quite possibly the most important question you will ever be asked here at ISTE.
Okay.
So I want you to really, really think about it. Go with your gut, literally, and just go with what feels natural. You ready?
Yeah.
Corn tortilla or flour tortilla?
Corn tortilla.
There we go, man. That's what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna give you a. There we go. All right. That's why I had you on the show.
I feel like I got that answer
corn.
right, man.
Yeah.
Team corn,
sounds
exactly.
good. Well, enjoy the rest of your conference, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you being on the show. I appreciate everything that you guys at WeVideo are doing for our teachers and students to get that collaboration, that communication, all the 4 C's within WeVideo, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
Thanks.
Thank you.